Hello again. So this is a little tag on to my Audiodrama template video, and I wanted to just run through quickly just a few little plugins that I have in my arsenal, which I use in that template, but they're a bit spenny, some of them. So I just thought I'd do a separate video and just a very, very quick run through of what I've got in my template. I'll do videos on all these separately at some point because they're quite in depth and there's quite a lot going on in these plugins. But anyway, let's just get into it. And the first one I wanted to show you is one by a firm called Soundly. And this is a free plugin, actually. It's called Playset. So you've got a load of presets. And what you can do is you can put this on a voice and it'll make it sound like what we've got here. An elevator speaker, for example. You've got two things to play with. You've got the speaker section here and the space section here, and you can turn those on or off. You can adjust the level of how much you want the signal to be affected by each side of the plugin here, like a wet-dry control. You can change the speaker here to, I don't know, walkie-talkie, radio, TV, space. Again, you've got loads to choose from. You can choose a car or something like that, I don't know. Or just use one of the presets. And it's a real time saver. It just means you don't have to spend time EQing stuff or finding reverbs for certain things. For example, let's go to neighbours speakers. I've got a bit of audio on here we can play.
Hey, look at me, I'm in a weird space.
That's quite cool. Yeah, let's try elevator speaker.
Hey, look at me, I'm in a weird space.
There we go. And we can just take the wet dry down to the space as well, make it less reverby.
Hey, look at me, I'm in a weird space.
So yeah, it's a really cool little time-saving plugin, and I always have this in my template. So yeah, go and download it. It's free. The next one I wanted to show you is by Krotos. And I've got a lot of Krotos stuff in here, by the way, but they do make some amazing sound design stuff. So the first one is called Weaponiser, and you put it on an instrument track. I control it from a little MIDI keyboard, which you can buy for about 20 quid, probably nowadays. You don't need anything flash. Trigger it by hitting fire or by your MIDI keyboard. Just arm your record track and you'll find it on C4. You can just record it willy-nilly on a MIDI track there. Or if you don't have a MIDI keyboard, you can use your MIDI editor by clicking down here. Just double-click those in. And you can move them around. I'll just move this out of the way and show you. It's just made a little MIDI clip there, you see, which you can move around like you can in an audio clip. Just make sure you got the little pencil tool selected on your Weaponiser track to paint stuff in. And make sure you're on slip mode just to move them around freely. And that doesn't affect what mode you're in up in your edit window here. Double click to draw more in. Move them around up here as well. So let me briefly just show you how it works. So each shot is made up of 4 sections here. You've got the onset, so I don't know, you could put like a gun cock in there or something like that. You've got the body. What have we got in here? Bullet impact sub. I'm going to solo this, see what we've got. Let's just take solo off. Then you've got the next section, which is thump. And then the next one is tail. So each shot is made up of these 4 elements. And if you notice, on thump, for example, there are 4 banks here. So this section is made up of all these samples here. But if I press fire, just keep an eye on the top one, for example. You see that changed every shot. So you can load more than one sample in each little bank here. So you've got a little drop-down menu and you can swap them out for other samples. They're all stashed over here in these menus. So let's drag this little boing shot in here. So every time you press fire, it changes. So you never have the same shot twice, and it just keeps your gunshots interesting and varied rather than the same old thing repeating over and over again. And of course, you've got loads of presets. You can just load them up from here. You've got gun folies, sci-fi weapons, you've got whooshes, you've got magic spells. So absolutely loads of stuff to play around with. And of course, you can adjust the level of each section in each bank. There's a master section for each segment. So you can adjust the level, reverb level, pan. And you've got a little effects section here, so you can put up to 4 effects on each of these. So the options are almost endless on what you can do with this thing. So I will do a video on this at some point. But I just thought I'd give you a little rundown in this video, just so you can see what's going on here. Anyway, let's move on. On another instrument track, I've got Pigments, which is a synthesizer, and that's made by Arturia. And there are a number of reasons why I've got this in here. I could use it to make a drone, to make a little sub-rumble, to make a spaceship interior sound, or create a nice little musical pad if needed. Plus you can synthesize samples, so I could load something in there, mess around with that. So yeah, I think it's good to have a synthesizer in your template, and Pigments is a really versatile synth and does loads and loads of stuff, and it's pretty easy on the pocket as well. And of course I will do a video on this one at some point. The next little plugin I've got in my arsenal is something called Symphonic Destruction, which is a contact instrument, again on an instrument track, and it's made by a company called Heavyocity. So what is a contact instrument, I hear you ask? Well, it's kind of like a super sampler. And lots of companies make instruments so that you can use them in this thing. Good news is there's a free contact player, but you have to be careful because some instruments you can't use in the free one, but this one you can. So what do I use this for? Well, it's really good for kind of little dramatic stabs and things like that. Stuff like this. Just little kind of interstitial stings like that. I just love it. So you can play around. There's loads of different presets and stuff and loads of controls you can mess around with. So again, I'll probably do a video on this at some point, but just wanted to show you as I use it quite a lot in all my templates. Okay, the next plugin I wanted to show you is by Krotos again, and it's called the Dehumaniser, and it's sort of like a voice modulator. And you can use this to create creature voices, robot voices, goblin voices, loads of stuff. And how it works is you've got like an input and an output, and then in between you can grab any of these little modulators here, create these bizarre little signal chains. So you've got loads of presets to get you going. What have we got here? Beast. So let's see what that sounds like. So what have we got on here? We've got like a granular synth kind of thing, delay pitching. We've got pitch shifting. So maybe let's just take that up a couple of octaves so that we can understand it a bit better. There we go. That's better. So yeah, you can play around with all these things. Let's see what else we've got. What have we got? Let's go for robot. Buzzing robot. Basic vocoder. Oh. Hey, look at me, I'm in a weird space. Again, you can play around with all the vocoder parameters in here. Have a bit of a laugh with those. Let's try Demon. Hey, look at me, I'm in a weird space. Giant underwater beast. Let's try that. Oh my God, what is going on here? So you've got sampled triggers as well. You can put samples in here and modulate those. Wow. So you can go absolutely nuts with this thing. It's essential for me for an audio drama template, so I always have that in there. So the next plugin I want to show you is called Clapo. And this is really good if you just want to get in a quick audience reaction or something. And it's got claps, boot stomps, snaps. And again, it's on an instrument track, so you can just trigger it off your MIDI track. You can adjust the size of the crowd. So let's maybe have, I don't know, 7 people. And you can just trigger it there. Well, let's just increase that. 69 people. Or you can have people stomping or snapping. And it's made by Boz Digital Labs, and I think it's like 20 quid or something. It's really cheap, and it's just a really cool, easy plugin to have in your arsenal if you want to grab some applause or some stomps or whatever. Another essential. So the next plugin I've got is by UVI Soft. It's called Walker 2, and I think you can figure out what it does from the old UI there. It's footsteps, just in case you didn't get that. And again, you can generate these with your MIDI keyboard or just on your MIDI track. And the beauty is you can have any footstep speed you want, so you don't have that laborious task of having to look for running footsteps or walking footsteps or any of that rubbish. You can change the shoes. So different surfaces, you get a different selection of shoes. Maybe let's go to dirt or let's go to carpet. See, we've got loads of different ones. We've got slippers, bare feet. I think you can change the mics as well. Bit too nerdy for me, if I'm honest. You can change what clothes they're wearing. We can adjust the reverb, the distance, the speed. And also you can select animal ones. So you've got little beans here. You can select hooves. So maybe let's change that to concrete dirty or something. And you can layer these up and do whatever you want with them, basically. I've got about 4 instances of these all set up, ready to go, like metal footsteps, grass footsteps, carpet, all that sort of stuff. So they're all ready to go, and there's no faffing around when you spark up your template, you see. The last plugin I want to show you is Krotos Studio, and it is an absolute game changer for me. It's available on subscription only, unfortunately, which I don't normally go for, but this is worth every penny. I think it's about 100 quid a year or something. And you can get any ambience you want. I've got it clicked on forest at the moment. And once you've selected it, you can tailor it to your needs. So by moving this little bobble around, you can have more birds, you can have more stream, more animals. So let me just press start here. You can see you've got more birds there. Let's have less stream maybe. Maybe less animals. And you see it's just generating the ambience down here. And you can have as much or as little as you want. And when you press stop there, you can just click on this thing and you can just drag it. I've got an Atmos track here. I'm just going to drag it up there and put it in there. And let's just close it down for a sec. And you see you've got your track. Your Atmos all ready to rock. Absolutely phenomenal little plugin. Another thing I find it really useful for is crowds as well. Say you've got like a murmuring crowd here. You can adjust the size of the group. How many females, males there are, you can even adjust that. You can adjust the pitch of them. You can even select the space they're in. And you see it's just recording it here, and then when you press stop, your clip's going to be ready, and you can just drag it into your timeline like that. The only thing to watch out for, if you go to settings, you want to go to drag and drop. You want to make sure that your recorder assets location is set to your project. I don't know why it doesn't do that automatically. I do find that quite annoying. Otherwise, it will just save them to this weird location. So if you're moving your project somewhere and you're working on it somewhere else, the clip won't be in your project folder and it'll be really annoying. So just make sure that's set to your project folder. And also you've got like an AI thing here, an ambience generating. If you want something quickly, say, I don't know, spaceship interior, and you just go to generate, and it's just come up with it straight away. So again, you can adjust. You want more engines, you want more computer, less ambience. It's just great, isn't it? So yeah, that is obviously an absolute essential for me and saves me so much time, which is good for me because I am very lazy. So yeah, they are all my little plugins that I have in my Audiodrama template. So I just normally have these in a little folder somewhere. Oh, and if you want to create a folder track, by the way, just call up the new track menu, select basic folder, and then name it toys. Then you can just select all your little toys, shift click them, and then drag them into the folder. There we go. And just close it down, and that keeps everything nice and neat. So that just about wraps up all my Audiodrama template stuff. I will, of course, be doing some mixing and editing videos for Audiodrama stuff very soon, so watch out for those. But in the meantime, I hope this has been useful for you, so yeah, go and spend loads of money. And of course, like and subscribe.